Yo, yo, yo. What's good? What's good? It's Stormybman, and I am back. Welcoming you to the post-fight show for this Saturday, April 27th, 2024. This is the post-fight show for Ramirez versus Bartholomew. The fight just wrapped up a few moments ago, where we got a chance to see Ramirez come out on top with a unanimous decision, pretty much in my book. It was the type of fight that was exciting for fight fans. Not necessarily a smart, heady fight by either guy. For a moment there, it looked like Bartholomew may come in to challenge Jose Carlos Ramirez. Now, what I wanted to say about things right off the bat, excuse me, leading into this fight, it was a comeback vehicle and a showcase for Ramirez, who was pretty much fighting in his hometown, in his backyard of Fresno. And every time he's fought there, he has not only packed out the arena with support, but he's usually had fights and matchups where he was heavily favored against his opponents. and I had said that this would be a showcase for him. I had been writing on the social media circuit that I thought as much, and it turned out to be that. But Rancis came out and exploited some weaknesses in Ramirez that we had not seen since his fight against Josh Taylor. Ironically, a southpaw who Ramirez lost to a unanimous decision and was even dropped against Josh Taylor. And Bartholomew, who usually can switch from his normal orthodox position to southpaw from time to time, but he's definitely an orthodox fighter. He pretty much fought this fight in the southpaw stance. And it looked like he was going to give Ramirez some problems early on. And then he settled into this macho, I guess you could call it, mindset, where Ramirez wasn't doing enough to hurt him and put him in the threat of being KO'd, but he didn't seem to want to do anything but land big shots. He wasn't trying to win rounds, which leads me to believe that he was fulfilling his opponent role. He did rock Ramirez several times. There was a knockdown, and then there was another sequence where a point could have been taken from Bartholomew because he was hitting Ramirez while he was down. It was a real weird sequence. I mean, this whole thing was kind of weird between these two guys. And having been off since March of 2023, Ramirez, as they spoke about prior to the first bell, they were saying that he may be looking to get some rounds in and shake off the cobwebs and the ring rust. Well, a lot more than ring rust got shaken off of him this evening. And Bartholomew, whether it was planned or it was by happenstance, it happened, and it led to an exciting evening of boxing for people at home. You know, when it was going back and forth, you kind of was enjoying that. And then as the rounds commenced, you could see where Bartholomew, he just wasn't trying to win the fight. So I guess they gave the audience their money's worth as far as what they wanted to do. Golden Boy, huh? Listen, I'm starting to get suspicious about Golden Boy Promotions, you guys. Not a conspiracy theorist, but when you start adding up these circumstances of what's happening with their fights, the outcome, the judging, there's some questionable things happening with this particular promotional company. I mean, if you can't see it, keep on watching, because they have quite a few more cards that they're going to put on through the year. And last week's card showed us some similar questionable circumstances. So let it be known, huh? Want to go out there to the chat and see who we got in the building. Pardon me, I need to clear my throat. And I want to say salute to Boxing Fan ×4 out there in that super chat. He says Virgil has been moved terrible, and he didn't make weight again. 2 back-to-back first round KOs against welterweights is not going to prepare him for zoo. Yeah, but it is a zoo when it involves Golden Boy. I'm going to tell you that, Boxing Fan. Salute to you. Thank you for the super chat. Let's see who we got in the building. Chi-Town's Finest was first out there saying blessings and love, Sensei. Definitely looking forward to your post-fight breakdown. As usual, I have to catch the replay. Gotta be at the office in 6 hours. Okay. Shawalai is out there saying grand evening, Stormy B Man, and salute to the chat with those Gordon Louie mute emojis. William Old School is out there with us saying, salute Stormy B Man, peace my brother, and y'all smash the like button people when entering the building, peace. Universal Truth is back with those emojis. I appreciate that. Anthony is out there saying huge shout out fam. Right back at you. And Universal says Jack Reese gotta go. Jimmy Bernard is in the building saying what's good sensei. Salute to the chat. Healer the teacher has joined saying I agree with the general. Rancis sounds smelly. Yeah. He says watch them commercials, damn it. Nitty G, where you been, is out there saying salute family. And Shower says, because it sounds like rancid, healer. And Mr. Holmes is out there saying, Virgil hasn't made weight at 154 and has only fought 2 rounds since his layover. Either Tim beats him or Virgil doesn't make weight for the fight. Yeah, there's something going on with this kid, man, and they keep sticking him out there. D21519 in the building, saying salute Stormy B Man, salute to the mighty LDBC. Hendog is out there saying facts Stormy. James Galbraith is out there saying what's good Stormy, salute to you and the chat. And Boxing and Barbecue, my man, is out there saying, evening, Stormy. What's good with you, Boxing and Barbecue? I've been seeing your posts over there on the gram, man. It's like, listen, there's a lot of funny business, monkey business going on out there. And I'm talking about in the sport of boxing, out there in the sport. And it's so much. I'll be so glad when Drew returns because you know, Drew is the man with the monkey emojis, and he's got the video and everything. He gonna be playing it overtime this coming week, I guarantee you, because there's plenty. Man, there's so much going on. But salute to you, Boxing and Barbecue, because I be out there. I be watching, man. I be watching what's happening. Yeah, so the fight ended up being a victory after all for Ramirez. Quite the vulnerable fighter. I don't know how they're going to move him, but they're going to have to be careful because the guy at welterweight, there's some killers, and I'm going to tell you, people like Bartholomew, who came into this fight at the age of 38, they're not going to let him off the hook. And Ramirez is 31. He's been in some wars. He's had a lot of exchanges where he's taken punishment. And fights like twice against Jose Zepeda, Maurice Hooker, Victor Postal, Richard Comey, and of course Josh Taylor over his last 6 bouts. Listen, and in this fight, he took some shots from a guy who's very heavy-handed. I wouldn't necessarily refer to Rancis as a KO puncher, but just like when he fought Gary Anton, he had Gary Anton, awakened by one of his shots. So the guy can crack, but he's not a knockout puncher. I've actually referred to him as early as this evening on social media as one of the dumbest fighters I've ever seen. Yes, I said that and I stand by that. I've never seen such an unintelligent fighter who had advantages and refused to capitalize on them. Now, like I said, he could have been a company man on the behalf of Golden Boy, looking to make it exciting, but not looking to pull the upset. And he may have made off with more money as a result of doing that. But I don't like when I see fighters who can obviously take advantage of circumstances that find him right there, and then they don't do it. Bartholomew had a chance to really go after this guy, and he did not do that. And Ramirez was working very hard trying to go after Bartholomew. And his blows just weren't the same. So, is Ramirez fighting at the wrong weight? Should he go back down to junior welterweight? Probably so. But at 31, I know he may be looking to stay at welterweight. It's an easier cut for him than the junior welterweight. But the bigger, stronger men at welterweight, big punchers, will take advantage of his vulnerabilities as far as his defensive lapses and lack of head movement. But all in all, this fight was a good battle and very entertaining for a weekend sandwiched between two pay-per-view events, because next week you have the Canelo versus Munguia event coming up, and they made certain to advertise it all throughout this broadcast. But last week we had Haney versus Garcia, so you could see where things were just kind of coming together like that. But I wanted to talk about also on tonight's card, we had a bout early. Now, I didn't really score that early fight, but it really turned out that there was no need to, because it turned out to be a first round stoppage. And that was the fight that saw what's his name, Raul Curiel, when he knocked out Jorge Marron Jr. in one round. Body shot. Marron Jr. was down and out. Curiel is a guy at 147 that they're moving. I think they're trying to move him into that spot that Virgil Ortiz had when he was trying to campaign at welterweight. This kid looks strong, but you can't gather much from that one round that he fought, and his opponent didn't take that shot very well. And interestingly, there was another fight that had a one-round KO, and that was Virgil Ortiz against Thomas Delorme. Now, they said that these two men had sparred together many years ago when they were younger and whatnot. But I personally think that Thomas Delorme laid down for Golden Boy. I'm sorry, people. I've seen Delorme fight. I've seen Delorme get in there and mix it up against quality fighters. And tonight, there is nothing about Virgil Ortiz that tells me that he's this great puncher that they're trying to market him as. And because Delorme has a relationship with these guys, he allowed himself to be cannon fodder. That's my take on it. I don't care if there are people out there that don't like what I'm saying, but there is some foolishness going on with Golden Boy and these guys getting it. I looked at how he responded to that body punch that did not, when they got the full camera view on it, it did not look like the kind of digging shot like when Ryan Garcia punched Luke Campbell in the body. He got all of that into Luke Campbell, and Luke Campbell went down to a knee, had to take the full count. This punch looked like a slap to Delorme's kidney area, and it didn't look like a digging shot at all. And the way he went down and writhed in pain and everything like that, I mean, come on, bro. Come on. Are you really going to do that? And he did do that. And Delorme has been in there with quality fighters. Like I said, sometimes when you see things like this, you realize, hey, you know, I mean, he was in there with he was in there with Emantas Stanionis, okay? And Stanionis digs to the body way more than Virgil Ortiz. And he went the distance with Stanionis, body shots and all. And he was in there with guys like your Dennis Ugas and Bud Crawford. And Crawford stopped him, huh? He had him down 3 times in the 6th round. So, I don't know, man. They're trying to build Virgil, but I don't like the way I don't like the way that they're doing this. And again, like who was that said earlier? Someone in the chat, Mr. Holmes, said that this kid ain't made weight. He's had health issues. My brother Healer, the teacher, could tell you all about that health issue that Virgil deals with because he's familiar and has information on that. So you listen, you can't just when people are versed with the sport and they understand what goes on in the sport and things, it's like you can't fool us, man. And right now, Golden Boy did something this evening that made it look like their stars, their featured guys were outstanding, but they were not. Just like Ramirez was not outstanding in tonight's fight. You know, he's lucky he didn't get knocked out in tonight's fight. Jose Carlos Ramirez should go back down to 140 pounds. That's where he should go. But remember, he's one of the guys that turned down a fight when the Haneys wanted to, you know, give him an opportunity. He went away from that. Now, I can understand he wanted to take a break and everything after the loss to Josh Taylor and whatnot. But his last fight, like I said, was in March of 2023 against Richard Comey. And he stopped Comey in the 11th round there. So right now, he could have used the fight last year against Devin, but he didn't want to do it. So I mean, I'm just paying attention to how they running game around here. I'm paying attention. But that Virgil Ortiz stoppage of Delorme is quite questionable as far as Stormybman is concerned. I'm going to stick to that. JoJo Diaz being put in against strongman and heavy-handed fighter Oscar Duarte. Does someone not like JoJo Diaz? Why are they continuously putting this young man in fights against fighters who are younger, stronger, sometimes more powerful, and putting him in a position where you know he came up from those lighter weights, man? You're trying to make this young man compete against people that he just doesn't have the strength and size. I don't like seeing that. And whomever's managing JoJo should be fired. Out of his last 6 fights, he has 4 losses. And including tonight, that's 5. And the thing about it is, he's always going to give you a quality effort. But they should have put him in a position to win a couple of fights. And they haven't done that. And I just don't like seeing a young man. He's only 31 years of age. And just to see him in there at a higher weight than he can really compete at, they should work with him, get him a dietitian and nutritionist, and let him go back down. You know, go back down to lightweight at least, because super lightweight is definitely too big for him. But I'm sorry. I don't like what they're doing. I don't like what Golden Boy is doing. And they put him in there against this young, strong fighter in Duarte. And he's not a knockout puncher, like a one-punch knockout type of guy. He's a very strong fighter, heavy-handed. I'd say he's more heavy-handed than he is a KO puncher. But now he seems to be working with Robert Garcia. Hopefully he can get some boxing tips from the Garcia camp. They have been doing very good work. I have the Robert Garcia Boxing Academy and what he is doing with his young fighters. I have them high on the list as a runner for boxing trainer of the year with what he's doing. I really like what Robert Garcia is doing. But Duarte, come on, man. JoJo Diaz didn't need to be in there with him. Absolutely not. And JoJo was fighting. And I can imagine if he were back down to lightweight, what that could have been like with those shots he was throwing back. You see? But hey, early on the card, there was one of my favorite fighters who had been away from the ring for a while. And I was surprised to see that she didn't make weight for her fight. And that was Marlon Esparza, when she took on Gabriela Alanis from Argentina for the second time. They fought before, and this was a rematch. Their last match was in July of last year, and Alanis lost a majority decision to Marlene. So I don't know if it was due to the long layoff, but Marlon didn't make weight, and she wasn't able to defend her titles, but Alanis was able to win the titles, and so she did. This was scheduled at the flyweight division, so Alanis won a split decision that saw her come away with the WBA, WBC, and WBO flyweight titles. And Marlon looked very upset. Not upset at like the scoring and everything, but the whole circumstances behind this. I don't know if Golden Boy had been keeping her out of the ring due to issues or something, or if she had something going on in her personal life, because she usually fights a little bit more frequent than what we saw. And Alanis fought a bit of a different fight coming in tonight. She was very aggressive, very on top of Marlon. But again, in this fight, we saw something like we saw last week, where the judges' scorecards were quite strange. Zachary Young, judge, scored the fight 96-94 for Alanis. Steve Morrow scored the fight 98-92 for Marlene. And Judge Fernando Villarreal scored the fight 97-93 for Alanis. Again, here we go with two of the three judges, not with a close scorecard at all, but with a scorecard that is not only a wide margin for consideration, but on opposite ends, polar opposite. Wide for one fighter with one judge and wide for the other fighter with another judge. What is going on in boxing, people? Seriously, what in the world is going on? I had Marlon winning that fight. I can tell you what I had. I had 6 rounds to 4 for Marlon. I had it. So basically my scorecard was like Zachary Young's, but for Marlon. I don't know what these judges are doing. And I talk about this. We've got to get better comprehensive explanations for these wide margin scorecards that are polar opposites, leading to these split decisions. Someone is being favored hands down. And just because the score is close, like 96-94, a judge could have it 96-94 for the other person. And that's okay. But those wide margins, it's inexplicable that you and I are watching the same fight and we score it wide, but you got it wide for the other person. I'm not a fan of that at all. But I'll tell you what can help us out. Add a round to 12 round championship fights. Add an 11th round to the women's bouts that go 10. So we can't get the splits of half and half. A judge has to score a winning round. Do you know tonight I gave my only split round 10-10 in the Ramirez Bartholomew fight for the first time in a few years, because I don't like to give 10-10 rounds. But that fourth round where they were both going at it and it was like they hurt each other and stuff like that, I scored it 10-10. And that was like right after that round where Bartholomew kind of put dude on the canvas. So that's me being judicious in the sense of having an appreciation for both men equally doing enough damage to give them consideration. So I made it an even round. So that's what I did. I'm not trying to influence anybody. I'm trying to give an explanation for what I do, because there are a lot of people that don't even look at boxing and score it properly. And then there are others who think that just because somebody landed a good shot or something, that can win the whole round. It's everything that happens within the round. And one of the things that Marlon was doing very well in this fight was not engaging in toe-to-toe action as much. She was circling, she was pumping her jab, She was getting off combinations, catching Atlantis coming in. Atlantis still was doing good work, being the primary aggressor. So if you like that kind of thing, that's understandable. But it wasn't like Marlene wasn't landing her punches. It wasn't like she wasn't getting good work in, because she was. But the judging is just horrible. It's horrible. So that's what I have to say about that. Lewis Hinton, Todd Swindle, what's good with you? Darius Gilliard and TD Hardin, Yave, No Smoke TV, what's good with everybody? I see you guys in the building. There's a lot going on, man, in this sport. But Golden Boy, you guys need to keep your eyes on these people. Keep your eyes on them. And hey, where was Bernard Hopkins, huh? He wasn't out there tonight. Is that because they were in Fresno? Mr., race baiter, Bernard Hopkins, why wasn't he there? Huh? Isn't he a Golden Boy official? He wasn't there to take pictures in the ring with Ramirez and Atlantis and Duarte and Ortiz. What's really going on, huh? He can only come around and cause stuff when they got a black fighter that one of their Golden Boy fighters is fighting, huh? And yeah, what's up with those emails? Yeah! Nah, man. I just tell it like it is, huh? I tell it like it is. People might not like that, but it is what it is. It is what it is. I try to tell you guys, you keep focused on the proper things and you will be able to see everything, the landscape, a lot clearer. There's so much foolishness going on in the sport of boxing right now. It's amazing that we could get quality fights. They can't seem to control themselves, though, these devils. Learn says, salute, Sensei. Golden Boy scorecards are controversial most of the time. Birdman says, salute the Stormybman in the chat. And Shaw was giving flames behind what was said. Yeah. I just try to bring it out and present it to you so you'll see for yourself. You know what I mean? But it's out there. The information is right before your eyes. Virgil is not as good as advertised. He's not. I think Tim Tszyu gonna smoke him. This kid Ramirez is not good as they think he is. Duarte is limited, but now that he's with Robert Garcia, maybe he will learn some tips and some pointers that can increase his abilities in the ring without just relying upon a punch or strength, that he can learn something. And what they did to Marlon, I'm sorry, but hey, it's going to be interesting going forward how they handle. Birdman says, I peeped game on B-Hop a long time back in the late 90s. Haven't liked him since he says a lot to say Nothing, just like to hear himself talk. Ain't nothing sophisticated about him. Yeah, he has really he's been a slice, huh? A piece of work. Steph Brown says, yeah, I got Timmy in that fight. Virgil's real test for sure, but great fight coming ahead. That's also another reason why they had to get through tonight's bout, because he's already signed to meet Tim in that big Terrence Crawford fight, right? That fight card. So quite naturally, they couldn't risk any cuts or anything like that, bad head clashes or something, or injury. So they told Bartholomew, hey, look at here, make it look sweet. Virgil gonna hit you to the hip, and you go down like it's a liver shot. Take this envelope, take your family on vacation, and we'll see you next time. And Dolores may say, Yasa, boss. Boxing is dirty, people. It's a dirty sport. And there's some dirty folks in it. And if you are not dirty, they're going to make you dirty. They're going to put some dirt on you, huh? It's one of the reasons why I didn't want to go to Vegas. I didn't want to go out there and be amongst those people where I had to have some of that dirt put on me, huh? Stormy B-Man can sit right here and talk what he talked, because as long as I'm talking what I talk, it's all alleged, ain't it, huh? But if I was there in the thick of things and I had a little mess on me, huh? You could call doo-doo on Stormy, but you can't call doo-doo on Stormy because I ain't out there, huh? You ain't. I know where the shower is, huh? Yeah, real talk. See Mr. Holmes out there backing up what I said? That's exactly what it is. You got to know what you're looking at. He's been in there. I already gave the rundown of the fighters that he's been in there, and some of those guys are former world champions and everything, but or present champions. And Virgil ain't won nothing but some fights. His last fight was stopped prematurely in the first round by a guy who supposedly had a medical test that said he shouldn't be fighting. Man, but it's like you gotta know what you're looking at, huh? You gotta know. Like my brother Billy D says, you gotta know your peas from your cornbread, huh? Yeah, man. My sinuses have opened up, y'all. That's why my nose is running a little bit. I have sinus, and we're having this weather where we're going through a change here in Chicago. It's trying to become spring-like. It either is cool or it gets hot, and that in between temperature rising, it sets off my allergies. Ears be ringing, nose itching, eyes watering and itchy. Man, I just wanted to get warm already, because this in between is like, it's rough on the allergies. Yeah. But yeah, this is what we've had to contend with this evening. You know, so that's pretty much it. You know, I'm not gonna keep you guys all night. These fights ended at a decent time, so we can get on up out of here. But I'm going to proudly introduce you guys to the latest sponsor for Stormybman, because you know I made some noise about it, and apparently Stormy's voice was heard, huh? And that's what's up, because we are a community out here. And I told him, I said, I just want to be able to help out when I can. So with that being said, we're going to hear from the Black Gentleman Grooming Company. Yeah.
We offer the best grooming products for you. Dress so natural and handcrafted too. We wanna help be your swagger, your style, class, and luxury. We got products tailor-made for you with high quality. Yeah. So get in style with the black, yeah. Company, give you swagger, style, class, and luxury. In luxury, yeah. The Black Gentleman, yeah. Company, give you swagger, style, class, and luxury. In luxury, yeah.
Located at www.theblackgent.com.
Yeah. Listen, my brother Junior the Truth hit me up this evening and finally got the commercial to me. Huh? I've been asking him for this commercial, you know, for a while. I won't tell y'all how long, but it's good to know that Junior finally came through. Salute to you, Junior. And you see, I told you, listen, I put that, you know, with the shows, and just like my brother Healer and myself, we gon' over here on the Stormybman channel, man, that's what we do. Elevate. You know what I'm saying? And I'm still a sponsor for the Black Gentleman's Grooming Company. So it's like, just know it's in the description box. The link that you could click on for your 10% discount on there, Stormybman, it's right there in my description box. It's been there for years. So that's what's up, huh? But I told him, you know, that I was gonna do that, and I was ready when he sent it to me. I was like, oh, let me put this in the system right away. Boom, 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 boom. And it's perfect little, you know, way of presenting that coming out. Man, the LDBC is something else, ain't it? It's like, look at that, bro. Look at that. And there's gonna be more. There's gonna be more. But just know, if Stormy gotta come after you to get you to do what you gotta do, there you go. Yeah. Shower says, link in the chat, the description box. Yeah, link is in the description box. One of y'all could take it and copy it and put it in the chat. But that's the Black Gentleman Grooming Company. That's the ad. That's the ad you want to see. You understand? Because it represents so much. It really does. And just know, when we doing our thing here on the Stormybman channel, that's what it's all about, man. That's what it's all about. Shoot. I'm glad he finally got that to me. I was like, man, I've been waiting a long time. And I will be sharing that well, you know, because we are a community. and we are, like Junior says, on the move. You know what I'm saying? On the move. So you go in there to Black Gent and you go under Stormybman for the code, you get that discount with Stormy's link there. So, and it's been there. It's been in my description box, but I just didn't have the commercial, the ad that I could show on my lives, because that's what it's all about. Show that on the live. You know, people be like, oh, he's affiliated with, yeah, there you go. Huh? See? That being said, let me go to my brother, the Focus Ball, where we can learn something about what he has to offer for us. There's plenty out here, I told you guys.
Get ready to take your striking game to the next level with the Focus Ball. Dramatically improved footwork, timing, head movement, hand-eye coordination, reflex, and overall fight IQ. It's lightweight and extremely portable, so you can train every time, everywhere. When you don't have a coach to do mitt work, get a Focus Ball. When you don't have a heavy bag to hit, get a Focus Ball. When you don't have a sparring partner, get yourself a Focus Ball. And when you just want to have fun punching and kicking, get a Focus Ball. When you train with the Focus Ball, you train your eyes and your brain to read punches so that you can hit and not get hit, making this very simple device a must-have for all combat sports athletes and enthusiasts alike. So if you want to take your striking game to the next level, don't wait. Get the Focus Ball now.
Yeah. So make sure you get you some of that merchandise, man. And I'm going to tell you something. Any other brothers and sisters out there that got little advertisements or something for their products, their channels, you know, hit Stormy up. And I can run those commercials for you as well. Because although I'm a small fry, I do understand what networking means. Yeah, this is what we do. It's all about elevation, huh? We won't be basement dwellers, huh? We leave the haters in the cellars. Bars. Yeah, but I want to say thank you to everybody that tuned in this evening for the post-fight show. Like I said, it don't take all night to do nothing, right? We're going to get you on up out of here and get you ready for your Sunday. Yeah, and we got a call in tomorrow, so we're still working, still about that business. And you know what? I'll get some rest and be ready for y'all tomorrow. So with that being said, I want to say shout out to the mighty LDBC, and we will catch you guys on the next one for post-fight talk. Peace to everybody. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
The best grooming products for you. Yes, I'm natural and handcrafted too. We wanna help be a swagger, style, class, and luxury. We got products that are made for you with high quality. Yeah, so get in style with the black, yeah. Company, give you swagger, style, class, and luxury. Give you luxury. Gentlemen black, yeah. Company, you swagger, style, class, and luxury, yeah.
Located at www.theblackgent.com.